The reflex action. So the reflex action is an automatic rapid response to a stimulus in order to protect the body. So which means it needs to be quick, it needs to be rapid, and it needs to be automatic. The automatic implies that the brain is not involved, because if the brain was involved, it would take time to analyze the danger, and then by then it would have damaged the body to a large extent. So we start off with the stimulus. In this example, we have heat from a candle. That acts as a stimulus, which is detected by a receptor, which is the skin. And then it will convert that stimulus into an impulse. Then that impulse travels via the sensory neuron. The sensory neuron will transmit the impulse towards the spinal cord, but it will pass through the dorsal root. And then the impulse will reach the interneuron. But there's a microscopic gap between any neurons. That microscopic gap is called a synapse, as can be seen in the diagram. Then the purpose of that gap is to ensure that impulses travel in a single direction by releasing neurotransmitters from one neuron to another. Then the interneuron, since it lies between the motor neuron and the sensory neuron in the spinal cord, it will transmit the impulse from the sensory neuron to the motor neuron. Then the motor neuron will transmit the impulses from the interneuron, exiting via the ventral root towards the effector. Effector can be the muscle in the finger. Then the muscle will contract, and therefore you pull your finger away from the candle. And that is how we protect the body using a reflex action.